Oh, that's better. Good morning. Testing 1, 2. Okay. Let's lower the volume of the music a little bit. Like that. That's good. All right. So, still working on my Seven Wonders game. And I think I'm going to be working on that for a while. uh, there we go. Okay. All right, I'm still trying to get the game set up going. What do we have here? Okay, so I'm adding players. I am creating player objects. I am giving each player 3 coins, which is part of the setup. What else? What else? No, hold on. Let me get the light. There we go. Okay. 1 deck of cards per age for each. Oh yeah, I think that's what I was about to work on. Getting the decks ready, the card decks ready. If I'm looking at the simplified, each player gets a wonder board and 3 coins of value 1 for the 3 cards of decks of cards returned to the box of cards. So let's go with that. The wonder boards. That's where I think we were at. Oh yeah, right. It's all coming back. I was, let's see, Wonders deck. Make Wonders deck. Okay. To do, create Wonders objects from row objects. Right. So basically here I have parse CSV. Oh, right. I made a parse CSV function. And so I'm parsing. Okay, I'm getting my CSV information from this file here, which contains this information. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wonders. Good stuff. And then I'm parsing that into an array of row objects. So if I'm not mistaken, each row object should be, let's see, can we run Croak on that thing? We're about to find out. Okay. Oh, I would have to call this, right? Make Wonders deck. No such file directory. Say Wonders, Wonders CSV. Yep, that's not right. We're missing the SRC. There we go. And this gives us a bunch of objects. Oh, undefined. That's interesting. \R, what is that? resource C, side A stage 1, CC, side A stage 2. That's right. Seems to be correct. And one of them should have a side B stage 4. Huh? Oh, and the name is not there. So that's problematic. Okay, let's see here. We've got name. Look at the preview. Everything seems fine. And I am indeed missing the side B stage 4. Is that because I forgot it here? No, side B stage 4. Ah, interesting. Okay. So what is that rear? That \R. I remember seeing it somewhere, but it's a new line. Some other kind of new line. It's a carriage return. Ah. \R means nothing special. In Windows and many old OSs, the code for end of line is 2 characters. R and in disorder as a surprising consequence hacking back. Blah 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 blah. Very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. How about we just try to take a look at the raw file here. Aha! What is that? What is that? Zero with no break, space. EFBB. So when I'm looking at this file, it's got UTF-8 with bomb. Uh-huh. I have no idea what that is. With bomb. In any case, it seems to be fine. Looks fine here anyways. But when I grab it in here, quite interesting. It's just this one weird character before, right? And then for some reason. Site B stage. Huh. UTF-8 with bomb. What could that be? UTF-8 with bomb. Byte order mark. The byte order mark is a Unicode character. Whose appearance as a magic number at the start of a text stream can signal several things to a program reading the text. Aha! The byte order or the fact that, okay. Its presence interferes with the use of UTF-8 by software that does not expect non-ASCII bytes at the start of a file, but that could otherwise handle the text stream. So maybe Node has, because right now I am, well, let's try something. What if I just don't put this here? Then file becomes what? No difference. Still, it's a buffer, yeah. Then if I do this, then it's not a buffer, it's a string. UTF-8 encoding. What if I do, all right, so node read file UTF-8 with bomb. If fs read sync strips the BOM, the bomb is lost. Maybe it's something that was fixed in a more. No, I mean the bomb was lost from a file. Okay. All right, so how to. Mm-hmm. So I could simply do trim. Interesting. Let's try it. See what happens. And there we go. Looks like we're in business. Oh, but we still get that undefined at the end. It's not dealing with oh, that's interesting. Because we get a return character. Right. And even for this one, stage 3. No, stage 3 is empty for this one. Looking at, let's see. Right. I think I see the problem, kind of. I should make it an empty string. Oh no, I can't. Let's see. What am I getting here? That's a new line. And then that's a return carriage. Uh-huh. Unless I just forget about... But why would I get undefined? Let's take a look at my... Okay, so... It's splitting on the new line. Filter, line, map line not split. Splitting on the comma. So let's see. Let's try all of that right here. Helpers, right. Okay. Oh. So I need to import this. Just get rid of it later. All right. Column name. Oh. Let's get that into. All right, now. So I'm interested to see what, let's see. these for now. So I'm getting name, resource. Here's our problem. Here's our problem. And here's our problem again. So why is there a .r return thingamajigger here? What if I was to just add a comma? File busy, resource busy, locked. Yeah, that's because. Let's just stop that here. And let's retry. Come on. Should work. Oh no, that's why. There we go. No, still. Huh. If I close it like that. Oh. Oh yeah. I see. Maybe if I save it, let's see, save as CSV, UTF-8. What are my other options? CSV, just CSV like that. Yep, replace it. And now, if I look our preview, screwed up the those characters here. But it would be interesting though to see if it changed anything here in terms of what we're getting. Same thing, so that's not better at all. It's not better at all, at all, at all. Okay. Let's try different file formats, see if about CSV MS-DOS. That'll be interesting. Toshi. It does the same thing. Start on current file. Same thing. Okay. So let's get back to our UTF-8 version. That seemed to be our best option, but we need a way to not have that it's probably I see what's going on. This is, I think if I just do this, it should fix my problem. Let's find out. And it did. I'm pretty sure. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. So that's what was going on. It was... I should probably use a regex, whatever. Instead, if I want this to be usable on with different file formats, platforms. Okay. So what's the for new line? I know there is one. Pretty sure. Regex reference. Oh, maybe not though. Because they're line feed, carriage return, they're the same. Okay, so if I just regex new line. That's right. So there are multiple ways to write a new line. Your second tool does, for example, match on a single R. So this, right? Yes. I think that would work for our purposes. So if we do like that, let's give that a try. No. Well, kind of. That's interesting. That is interesting. So it's actually keeping, or there's more than one RN. We've got site stage, boom. Then then RN. Oh, it's probably because it's using the parentheses as a... All right, let me try the other option that was given there. Aha! That does what we want it to do, I believe. Yep. Perfect. So that's what we're going with. All right, I can just get rid of this now. And get rid of that. Okay, so now should have fixed our problem here. All right, that's the actual file. We're stripping what we Okay, there we go. So we're getting our nice little objects for each row. And then I can use that to make my wonder cards. Perfect. Good stuff. Now, hi Lumi, what's up? Okay. I was just doing a little bit of debugging on the CSV parser. Here's what I did. I actually changed the split here, use a regex, because my new lines in my CSVs were RN and not just N. And I also had to trim my CSV file because it's a UTF-8 with BOM, so I needed to get rid of that starting character. But now we've got a nice array of row objects to work with to make our wonder cards object. All right, now create wonder objects from row objects. That's where I was at, yeah. I need to figure out a way to, let's see, wonders CSV. I'm actually going to open it in here. Let's get a preview going. It's not bad, okay. So, well, we're going to row objects dot probably map. Yep. So this will be our const wonder deck. Deck construction. An array of construction or an array, well, whatever. Map, and this will be our row object. So what do we do now? You wonder. Oops. Name, so that's easy enough. Name is going to be row object. Dot. Whoa, what's this? Okay. That's interesting. Very interesting. All right. I wouldn't have. What is that though? BTN Go, car set, logged out, name, broadcaster. Interesting. No idea what those are. Okay. Row object. Well, if I try to do name, what does it have it typed as? Simply key string string. Okay. So if I was to do this, should work. Cool. Okay. Then resource is going to be now here's the thing. I need to somehow 0GPCTLS. Um, cool. I've got the type I'm using here. So const resource, type resource. I would need some sort of let's see, const resource mapper. What are we gonna? Okay, we're gonna pass in the unless I just use I could just do this. Something like that, right? Yep. Virus. Oh, I think it's got to be lowercase. Virus. P. C. C is, what is C? We've got ore, glass, papyrus. Oh, clay. Clay. T is wood. L is loom. I think. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm missing one. Which one? Stone. S. Stone. So this is, let's see, index string, oops. And it maps to a resource. Seems to be, I am missing missing this here, okay. Nope, that's not it. Well, yeah, but no, apparently. Oh, I've got this here, like that. There we go, okay. Put that here. So now technically I can just do or object dot resource. Oh no, it's okay. It's name and it's resource. So then I can just do resource map like that. Okay. And then const side A stage 1. No, that's the thing. How do I side A stages an array of wonder stage? And what do I have wonder stage as? Cost, effect, and is built. Okay, and cost and effect are still not defined. So I'm kind of going to have to do that now. Won't I? Well, not necessarily at this point if all I want to do is could just skip all of this for now. And just keep going so that I have a very basic version of my game where pretty much every player would just do the one move every time, which is to discard and get money for the card, and then get to the end, and that way I could implement the whole mechanism. Or I could stop right here and go deep into, no, I think I'm gonna try to just let's make these optional for now so I don't have to actually deal with them. Oop, what's that? Prior mark, not have question mark and initializer. Oh, that's a good point. So let's leave it. Cool. So then technically I don't even need to worry about this for now. I can just go like that. You wonder, and actually return you wonder name. Boom. And then I should have a at the end of this, Make Wonders deck should provide me with an array of wonder objects. So I need to return this as well. So I could probably just do this. Return type of an async function or method must be the global promise. Oh, right. So let's see. Promise. Return a wonder array. There we go. Let's run Quokka on that thing. Oh, that's a problem. For wonder.ts. Right. All right, then let's do this. Like that. And then let's go in our dist folder, Wonder Deck, run Quokka from here. Okay. And I want to see what this gives me. Okay. Wonder of name Rhodos, whatever. Side A, Alexandria, side A, Ephesus, side A, Babylon, Olympia, Halicarnassus, Giza. Cool. All right, so that's good. So we're making our deck. Now, what do we need to do? We need to randomly, oh, actually, we are wrong here. Our Wonders deck should actually randomly assign a side. Or should it? How do we have the Wonder set up? We've got information for both stages there. All right, I'll get back to that. For now, I'm content that we have 7 Wonders card on the side A. And that's cool. So the next step would be to assign randomly from the Wonder deck to our players. Let's export that. So we would go something like players. No. Let's see, I would need make Wonders deck. I'd call that. And then what? Then, well, I might as well use an async function. Actually, this entire thing could be in an async function, but call it setup game. Oh, it's going to be async. Did I async which next return type and implicitly as in any return type? Okay. I think I did this right. Right. Okay. So that's fine. That's a synchronous action. Make Wonders deck is an asynchronous action, which I could probably do right at the beginning. Then I've got the players, boom, give the players money. Cons Wonders deck is equal to make Wonders deck. And then so players, actually I can just do that in the same right here. So we're giving each player a coin, and we are, let's see, player dot, okay. I don't have a, they have a city. Okay, they have a city. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, for what I'm trying to do, I don't even really need the wonder, don't I? So, just gonna skip that for now. I really only care about the coins. Looking at, let's see. Remove the 10 guilds purple cards. That I'm going to need to do. So for each of the 3 decks, remove the box all cards. So yeah, that I need to do. The wonders I didn't really need to do, so I'll come back to that. The coins already taken care of. Okay. So let's deal with the cards, I guess, then. Let's deal with the cards. I could always make a note to do assign a wonder to each player. Okay. But now I need to take care of the cards. Let's see. I've got my constructions here. And again, for now, we're not going to care about these. We do need the player to card count, I think. So let's put that here. Okay. Ooh, wow. I'm looking at the stats. And it says that I'm dropping 32% of my frames. Does that make sense? It seems really high. Frames missed due to rendering lag. Basically none. Skipped frames due to encoding lag. None. But dropped frames due to the network is like at 31%. That seems pretty bad. 1 out of 3 frame is dropped. Interesting. CPU usage is low. So some sort of network connectivity problem maybe, I don't know. Oh well, I do have internet access. I don't know what's going on. Could always make a speed test just for kicks. So that's a little slower than what I'm used to seeing, but maybe it's because I'm streaming at the same time. Oh, that is quite a bit slower. But again, probably because I'm streaming at the same time. Latency 18 millisecond. I don't know. Okay, so where was I? Oh yeah, cards. Cards. So first things first, I need to make my card decks. I'll probably have a new file here for construction decks. Get inspired by this here. These, pretty much done with those for now. And then actually going to take a look at our Age 1 card. Let's get a preview of this. Okay. So we're going to need to parse this. I think that was the first step, right? Yeah. Yeah. So name is name. Don't really care about the rest. For our test right now, so maybe I should just keep it to that for now. Although we do need this information here to have the proper amount of cards. So we're going to call this card count. Okay, so this is just 3. Well, that's a problem. It needs to be like this then, I guess. 3. And this will be card count for 3 players. And then pretty much the same thing for 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 6, 7. Commas. Okay. That's all we care about for now. Yeah. Good stuff. Now, basically do this. This will be make age 1, age 1 deck. Promise is a construction. Actually, I think I have a dedicated deck. Yep. Promise. This time it'll be cards and age 1 cards.csv. Getting this. The name now. Pass in the number of players. Pass in the number of players. Then yep. Then this should work. How would I go about doing this now? I've got the name of the card. That's cool. I don't think I'm. Can I use a map on this? Probably not. It's not a one-to-one relationship. I'm gonna need to make more of them. So we'll do this a little differently. This will be a for each. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. I'm not gonna return this. This will be right here a deck of type deck, like this. Afterwards, we'll be returning our deck. Okay. And all right, what do we do here? So for each row, so let's make this select or count, card count equals the row, and we're gonna get the number of players, row, number of players. Perfect. And then this needs to be a number. So let's convert that to a number. Actually, let's be more explicit about that so that it's clear what we're doing. There we go. We're making a number out of that. We've got our card count. Now that we have our card count, we simply need to make a for just a for loop. So let's go with let I equals 0, and then as long as I is smaller than our card count, we keep going. So if your card count is 1, we'll just get that. Okay. Freeze team, hey, did you find data for the cards or are you typing them? Oh, you missed all of that, eh? I thankfully found data. Let me show you. So there we go. For each age, I had to play around with it and make it a little bit more usable for my purpose. But essentially, I didn't have to do much. You know, I got rid of some columns and rearranged some stuff and changed a little bit the encoding that the guy had going. But for the most part, I didn't have to do much. So that was cool. Yeah, no, nothing more boring than manual entry for sure. For the wonders, though, the wonder cards, I had to do it by hand, but there's only 7 of them, so it wasn't that bad. This would have been much longer. There's a bunch of cards, you know, and they all do a bunch of different things. And so yeah, believed I saved myself some time there. So converted them to CSVs. As you can see here, I've got an example of that on the side right here. Okay, so I got my card count. Now, what do I do with that? Well, I create a new card. For each of those, I create a new construction, I believe we call them. A new construction. And right now, all I really need is the name. So row dot name. Boom. Don't like it. Expected 2 to 5 arguments, but got 1. Didn't I make those? Oh, there we go. Actually, we're not going to need this. Well, let's leave it in there for now, but I think I've managed to. This is the only place where I can see us use that information. But not here, actually. Here. All right, so we're making a new construction. And we're going to be pushing that to our deck. Deck.push in there. Boom. Okay. So let's see. This should be interesting. If we, ¿qué pasa? Oh, forgot my, forgot this. Okay. But this, what's going on here? Argument of type, something import is not assignable to, okay, why not? Construction, from construction. It's not assignable to parameter of type construction. Types of property effect are incompatible. Right, because I've got my interface there. So this should have been complaining. Oh, it's not because I wasn't. Doing that. Construction. Right, so let's call this concrete construction or construction implementations. How about that? Just like that. But then that's gonna screw up everything. So let's do this. Implements. Yep. Good. Now it's saying, hey, dude, you're incorrectly. Cool. So let's, for now, make these optional. All right. Oh. It's not assignable to type, to parameter of type construction. Types of property player card count are incompatible. So this is optional, this is optional. Ah, I've got it as a big int. Makes sense. I mean, it's going to be an integer, big int. And there we go. Okay. Now, although yeah, that's fine. Okay, so now we're pushing that, returning the deck. Let's test this out, I guess. Make H1 deck with the number of player 3. Can I run Quokka on this? No, it's going to complain. It's going to complain that it can't compile. Yeah. I wonder if there's a quick fix for that. So Quokka, TypeScript, declaration file, declaration. Let's call choose Quokka with TypeScript. TypeScript, run Quokka, sample repository. That's not my problem. To absolute module path, no, I don't think. Let's take a look at this. Porting with reference path doesn't work. Can't resolve any reference in object files. It's not importing anything in runtime. It serves as a declaration of dependency between files. The TS file gets compiled to the following JavaScript. So the error is expected. In order to import a module, you may use import or require, for example. Okay. Ooh, if you want to be pedantic, there is no such thing as a thing. Getting hostile. Hmm. Alright, so might not be possible for now. Not a big deal. I can just run it on the JavaScript. It's just not as quick. So this would be construction decks. Construction decks. Okay, let's do this. Okay, and what are we getting? Cool, we're getting an empty array, so that didn't work. The question is why? Let's find out. Are we getting the right file for starters? Looks like we are. Is that the right? Yeah, discount cost, blah, blah, blah. Lumber yard, etc., etc., etc. So that looks fine. And what are we getting here? Number yard, undefined. Card count for player 3, 4, 5. That's what we're interested in. Undefined something else here, whatever. For now, we don't care. I'm kind of curious though, why did it? Interesting. Okay, so still, we're getting the information we need. Got our name and we've got the card count for player numbers. Okay, so then the problem is elsewhere. We're getting an empty deck here. That's cool. I'm going through my row objects. How about this? Card count. Not a number. There's a problem. Not a number. So what are you? What are we getting then when we do row / number of players? Undefined, undefined, undefined. Cool. So then what is number of players? Yeah. Number of players is a number. So if I do, oh, of course, it's kind of silly on my part. So really, am I just not, I should probably just keep it the way it is. Well, let's see. So it doesn't get confusing. Let's get rid of that for now. of players. And that... Yeah, why don't we keep it that way? Works like a charm. Should work anyways. It's just not very... Yep, so this works. Let's get rid of that. And now we're getting bunch of cards. Lumberyard, Stone Pit, Claypool, Ore Vein, another Clay Pit. Wait, what? That's interesting. Clay Pit, Claypool. Oh, Claypool. Okay. First Claypool. Okay, let's look at which one has two of them. Some have 0. Okay, so that'll be an interesting... Still tree farm. I shouldn't have a tree farm, which is after the ore vein. There you go. It skips to clay pit. Doesn't put an excavation. I should have a timber yard, which is the next one. I shouldn't have a forest cave. I shouldn't have a mine. I should have a loom. I should have glassworks. I should have pawn shops. No, I shouldn't have. I should have a press, right? No pawn shop. Okay, so this is working. Let's try it with 7 players. Boom. I should have 2 lumber yards, and I do. I should have 2 stone pits, and I do. Should have 2 clay pools, and I do. Ore vein, 2. Tree farm, only 1. Yeah. It's obviously working. And let's see. Should have at the very bottom a scriptorium. 2 scriptoriums, actually. Yep. 2 workshops. 2, yep. Okay. Good stuff. Bueno. So, okay. Let's stop Coca. So we've got our Age 1 deck. Make Age 1 deck function is good. All we need to do is the same for make Age 2 deck. Change that to H2 cards. Let's open this here. Get rid of that. Open the preview. And it's essentially the exact same thing. So turn deck. No reason why it wouldn't work. It's exactly the same thing. But we might as well test it. So make H2 deck with 3 players. Build it. And run Quokka. Oop. is empty. So we might have a problem. Cards 2, H2 cards.csv. All right. What are we getting here? Sawmill, quarry, that's the right stuff. Okay. Then what are we getting here? Sawmill, card count for 3 players. Wait, what? Hey, I had changed that. What the heck did that come back? Oh, I had changed it in the JS file. That's why. I gotta be careful with that thing. Let's change all this here. So save and let's rebuild it. Let's see if that changes anything. There we go. And we've got Sawmill. Only the one. If we look at, let's try to get a bit more screen real estate here. You can see the names. Only the one, quarry, blah, blah, blah. Let's go down to walls, walls, and then I should skip. I shouldn't have a training ground. And I should skip 2 stables, and that's what's going on. Cool. Now let's try it with 7. And I should have pretty much 2 of everything, except for the training ground, which I should have 3 of. Sawmill, quarry, brickyard, foundry. So if I go down to sawmill, wasn't it sawmill? I thought it was sawmill. What is it? 3. Training ground, oh. Training ground. There it is. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So we're good. Okay. And now make age 3 deck. Now this is going to be different. This is going to be different because actually let's get our age 3 CSV in here. Open the preview. Now here's our problem. Here's our problem. Guilds. So we might need to change this. If I look at the file we've got for H3, purple cards are guilds. And depending on the amount of players, we need to randomly select a certain amount of guilds to include in the deck. So, maybe what we should do is have the guilds separately in a separate file. Might not be a bad idea. Then I could just treat the rest of these here the same way for every other age, and then deal with the guilds differently. So I would say let's do that. Maybe. Or let's do that some other time. No. I have a bit of time left, about 20 minutes. Let's do it. So let's add one. We're going to call it guilds or guild cards, let's say. Guild cards is essentially the same thing as this here. Well, let's just copy guild cards like that. And then let's just get rid of this here. Actually, I can probably just do like this. Delete. Boom. And we are in business. So then I can go ahead and file, save as. H3 cards, CSV already exists. Yes, that's fine. And then, okay, so let's deal with H3 cards. Make H3 deck. That'll be one part of it. It will be this. H3 deck will yeah, let's test it before we keep going. I can probably leave this running in the background. All right. Pantheon. Gardens. Town hall. Palace. Blah, 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 blah. Chamber of... I shouldn't have a lighthouse. I shouldn't have a chamber of commerce. It should skip to arena. All right, we're good. Let's try 7. Should have 2 Pantheon, 2 gardens, 3 town halls. Yeah. All right, we're good. Good stuff. So now let's think of how we're going to deal with our how we're going to deal with our guilds. Yeah. So first things first, let's export this as a got the amount of cards here. This is how many I'm supposed to keep depending on the players. Need to wash this thing. Okay. Well, unless I just store this information somewhere else. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I could just have some sort of yeah, I could just have a it's, guild cards, or actually number of players to guild cards is going to be a simple map like this. Key's going to be a, actually I can make the key a number, can't I? Can I? Can I have the key be a number on an object? No, I don't think so. Or can I? I think we can. Whatever, we'll just make it a string. Yo, course it. But then it's gonna annoy me too. So let's try a number and see what happens. And then number. So numbers all around. And then if we do just bring that up here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's always +2. So really, do I need a map? I don't really. Let me just run and shuffle. If you have correctly removed. For inquiring minds, the number of guilds to be kept is equal to the number of players +2. So I think we could probably forget about this. And also forget about this. Delete. And just, yeah, I think that would work. File save as guild cards. Save, okay. And there it is, okay. Now I could probably what do the instructions say? For each of the 3 decks, return the box all cards which are not used based on the number of players. For all each, remove the 10, then shuffle the kept guild cards kept with the other cards to make up the H3 deck. And I'm pretty sure we're supposed to shuffle all of the cards. Yep. Seems obvious that we need to shuffle them. Okay. So right now we've got, at this point here, we've got all of the other cards. We just need to add the guild cards. So let us, we need to read the file. Or could I maybe just keep them in the same one? And no. Okay. So then we'll do same thing here. Actually, let's just do it that way. So this will be regular cards file, and this will be guild cards file. Guild cards file. Guild cards. Then this will be, let's change that to regular row objects. And then we'll make another one. This will be guild row objects. Okay. Oh, and this will be guild cards file. And we're good. Now, the difference here is that we're going to we need to randomly choose based on our number of players. So I already have a helper function for that, don't I? I do. Get random int inclusive. Cool, cool, cool. So let's get random int inclusive. Our minimum is going to be 0. Our maximum is going to be guild row objects dot length, right? -1. Okay, that's the range of our indexes. Cool. Now that we have that, we actually need to do that for a certain amount of time. So we need a for loop here. For let I equals 0, I is smaller than, and that's what do we need here? I is smaller than the number of players plus 2. But we don't want that kind of magic numbers in here, so let's put it here, and we'll call this const should I make all of this? No, that wouldn't work. Well, I could make it a const inside the function, I guess. Make it more explicit what it is, but I don't think, okay. Let's do it. Let's do it here, I guess. Const number of guild. Well, it's not really a const, right? It's a because it's actually a dynamic. So I'd probably just, well, okay, yeah, it's just number of guild cards. Let's do it that way. How's that? Equals number of players plus 2. That way, okay, I can probably keep it with the guild related card stuff. So like here, then number of guild cards For guild cards and I++. Okay. Then I would get an index, and then what do? I take my I do deck.push new construction implementation, and I need to do what? I need to do regular guild row objects dot name. No, the index, right? So I dot name. Okay. But if I do it that way, I'm going to get duplicates. So I need to actually remove I actually need to remove it. Right, so what if I splice it? Would that be suitable? Could. Yeah, I could do that. So if I did, let's say I did guild row objects dot splice, removes elements from an array and if necessary inserts. No, just remove it and returns. What does it return? Returning the deleted item. So that's what I want. So return, and then that's just going to be the. There we go. If there's no delete count, I don't know. Don't know what the behavior is. We won't take a chance. And then dot name. Property name does not exist in type key strings. So that's guild row objects is an array. I'm splicing whatever we chose there. That's cool. And then dot name does not equal on type keys. Why the? Argument of type is assignable to type parameters. Well, okay, hold on here. So let's just call this const guild card or selected guild card. Selected guild card. Boom. Why does it say that it's an array? Oh. Wait. Okay. It's an array for each row. Yeah, but then I get splicing it, dude. Oh, it's going to return an array of one thing. Is that what's happening here? So it always returns an array. I get it. Okay. Guild card dot name. There we go. So that should work. Now we're doing that every time. Okay, so let's maybe test this, just make sure this works. How about we take a look at oh yeah, I guess let's take a look at whatever we end up with here. So what are we getting? I need my guilds. I mean my guilds. Cards, guild cards. Bring that over here, you. So for 3 players, I should be getting 5 guild cards at the bottom of my deck. Well, they're not shuffled yet, so it's cool. But and we get magistrates. Cool. So that's 1. Ship owners. That's another 1. We're at 2. Spies is another 1. We're at 3. Traders. We're at 4. And workers. We're at 5. Now I find it really weird that and then study, that would be a regular card. Yeah. I find it really weird though that it's supposed to be random, but we essentially got the first one and then it skipped one and we got traders, and then it skipped one and we got spies, and then it skipped one and we got ship owners, and then it skipped one and we got magistrates, and then it didn't skip one because we... So that's kind of weird. Right? Let's try another one. 4. Oh. And we've got a problem. Cannot read property name of undefined. Very interesting. So yeah, there's definitely something wrong with my implementation. Oh! Just figured it out. I forgot to change this here. Oh no, this should work. Right? Because we're splicing it. Huh. Alright, let's take a look at what's going on here. Uh-huh. So 3, 5, 0, 1, 0, 0. Okay, so we're getting different ones. But then dot name, so selected guild card here, something went wrong. Eight eight 7 2 1 4, and here we're getting a bunch of weird stuff. Oh, okay, no, that's should be, let's see here, 955. So the first random one we're getting is 8. So 8 should be scientists. But it got workers. Oh, yeah. It should be workers. No, it shouldn't be workers. It should be... What? Okay, hold on. Oh, it just changed. Okay. So 3. Index 3. And then we're getting workers. Okay. Index 3. Normally, would be, this would be 0, this would be 1, 2, and then 3. So how are we guild row objects. Right, workers at indexed 1, index 0 actually. Okay, so now, if we're looking at this, we're getting index 8 first. Then index 8 should be magistrates. But instead, we're getting workers. So yeah, we're obviously doing something wrong here. Workers, traders, spies, it's doing the same thing. It's just skipping one every time. Splice. Am I not using this properly? That might be the problem. Let's get back in here. What am I doing here? Removes elements from an array, and if necessary, inserts new start number, delete count. All right. Number of guild cards. Gonna have to think about this. Debug it. But I'm out of time, so I'm gonna have to keep doing that probably later on today. This has been fun. Bye, everyone.